Don't you dare activate! I can still get Zero! I know it! I know I can still get him!
Today we will be reacting to episode 9 and 10 of Code Geass. 2 incredible episodes that we reacted to last time around. One of my favorite episodes being the Black Knight episode. Black Knights, of course, also being a piece in chess too.
Exactly.
That one went over our heads.
Yeah, it really did. I don't know.
God, we caught on to a lot of other things.
Yeah.
But that one went over our heads.
Meow.
Very excited, as always, to jump into these 2 episodes. So without further ado, let's just jump into the first reaction. Episode 9, Stage 9, Refrain. As always, if you want to see the full uncut, unedited, uncensored versions of these reactions and all of our reactions, all you got to do is become a Patreon member by going to patreon.com/volume1pod. It helps us out. It means the absolute world to us. It's the reason we're able to do all of the things we do. So if you are willing and able to support in that way, patreon.com/volume1pod. You can even try it out for free for the first 7 days to see if it's right for you. Now, on to the reaction. This is new. This is new. This is not a drill. Oh, was that Lelouch's mama?
That was his mama.
Oh, fuck. That's new. I don't think we've seen her in that. Why is she crying? Fired. She's fired.
Colin, I mean, miss, forgive me. We'll just get it cleaned up and be quick about it. I have to leave for school. Mistress, you've been attending school quite a bit lately. Making any friends there? I don't see how that's any of your business.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Go, will you?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. Was that her mom?
It's for welfare.
The 11 population could use a little thinning out, if you ask me.
What? Excuse me?
Your payment will be
It's
transferred
He's
to your wife's
Batman.
account.
He really is. He literally is Batman. Look at this shit.
It's the Dark Knight.
Turning down the fucking lights.
Yeah.
You're
The Black Knight.
The Black Knights!
Girl, you cannot be doing that, waking up in the middle of class saying you're blowing your cover. I'm a part of the Black Knight.
He's an expert at sleeping in class.
He's not sleeping now, is he?
I don't know what he's up to night after night, but he sleeps through about half of them these days.
The EU is starting an offensive along the El Alamein front.
I love her voice.
Me too.
It like fits her so perfectly.
Want to solidify domestic affairs, but another major problem is the rampant abuse of refrain amongst the 11s. Productivity is plummeting.
What about the Black Knights and Zero?
I'll let them roam free a bit longer. I owe them that for saving your life. Once I've cleaned up this area, I'm entrusting it to you. Try to stay out of harm's way from now on. All right, Yuffie?
Because Clovis was an offspring of the Britannian Emperor. You're one of his children too, aren't you? But I suppose for now.
Never mind.
That was so quick.
I know.
What are you alluding to? Suzaku, what would you make
I
of all
love
this?
that shit.
About what Zero is doing. And of me.
Stop it! I'm not kidding!
Sorry,
Oh.
Lelouch, but it's the president's orders.
Oh,
Yeah, like you're not enjoying this at all?
Will you hold still?
cosplay.
Good meowing. Good.
Oh.
Huh? What is all this?
What do you mean? Didn't we tell you? It's our welcome party for Arthur.
Sounds like
What?
Well, classes are postponed. We might as well have some fun, right?
I said some
Literal craziness.
over here.
The student council needs to get their priorities in order, dude.
She doesn't need a costume.
What?
You're already wearing a mask, right?
Whoa.
You really are a riot, you know that?
What do you think, Miss TV star?
Would you quit joking about that? The whole thing's a huge pain in the butt. We've been hounded with questions day and night, even in the bath.
Oh.
We haven't been able to leave school
That was
grounds in a
crazy,
week.
dude. Imagine at school having like a
Communal bath.
communal bath.
That's the price of friendship.
I'm glad that we could all be together again. Come on! Hey, we're supposed to be unwinding in here.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, you love it, Pootie Ted.
It's so funny to think I helped save their lives. Ever since we made our big splash at the hotel jacking, the Black Knights have taken the world by storm.
Whoa.
We've become a friend to the weak, just as Zero proclaimed we would. Terrorists who involve civilians.
Whoa, other vigilantes. Oh no, he's just
Criminal
cosplaying.
syndicates.
He's just
He's
having
just
fun at
playing
work.
around. Yeah.
And profiteers.
Goofing off.
If the law would not punish them, then we would. In the blink of an eye, we'd become heroes. Support for us has swelled, and we've even gotten our hands on some nightmares again. Of course.
Sick.
Damn!
Whoa, that's
we share that
crazy.
in public.
Stop pretending you're a Black Knight. But why?
mustn't ever say anything against Britannia. We're 11s, have you forgotten that? Because our leader Zero had killed Prince Clovis. There are many in our ranks who wish to know his true identity, myself included.
Haven't seen you much lately.
This fool knows more than he's letting on.
He totally does. She's gonna look into shit that
Yeah,
she
she's
shouldn't be
gonna-
looking into.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would
Oh.
the masses flock
Okay, I
around
mean, I
those
guess she was on a different site.
Even Kyoto has said that they would send the Black Knights the Gurren Mark II.
Gurren!
Be Robin
Oh.
Hoods?
They're not
Gurren!
part of the resistance.
The Colonel killed himself, didn't he?
Well, I hear they didn't try to stop him. In any case, Lieutenant Colonel Toto, we can't let this stand.
Madam President, I just dropped by to give you something. Huh? Where would you like me to show her to? The parlor, perhaps? Or maybe...
We'll be in my room.
As you wish.
Yeah, what is
I
the...
heard you had a friend down here. I was
Oh.
sure it would be a
Oh,
boy,
shit.
out all night and missing school. You're lucky your father's back in the homeland. No fighting one's blood, is there?
You're the one who's enjoying Dad not being around here, aren't you? Oh dear.
Someone help this girl.
What's wrong with you?
I think they're related.
Lady, forgive me.
I feel like that's her sister or something.
Besides selling your body, that is.
It's like a Cinderella situation, you know?
Yeah, I feel
Complicated home life you have,
like there
isn't
is something
it?
there.
So what was it you wanted to give me?
Maybe the maid is her real mom. That'd be
I
fucking
thought I'd better
crazy.
give them to you off of
Whoa.
school grounds.
Because it
So
looks
my
like her in the
secret's out
picture.
then, isn't it? That I'm actually
That would-
11 and Britannian half-breed. That was my stepmother down there.
You called it.
My real mother was that cloud of a maid who knocked
Oh, called it!
I'm so good, bro. I'm so good.
What the fuck kind of
such a fool. In
crazy
the end, she wound up as
I think because she's 11. She's an 11.
Situation is
real
this?
skills. And no matter who's ridiculing her, all she can do is laugh like it's nothing. She didn't have to choose to stay in this house, you know? She's just clinging to some old lover who's jilted her. You really hate your mother, don't you? I just find her depressing. Well, this is getting a little heavy. Imagine the wife and the daughter and the other woman all living together. Oh, don't worry. I won't lie. I'm always hungry for secrets. But I'd never talk about this.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking dark. Oh. Oh.
Whoa! What the fuck is going on in this house? What kind of fucking home is this?
So embarrassing.
It's called honesty.
Good thing the Black Knights were there to save him.
If they wanted to catch criminals, they could have joined the police force, you know. Why don't they, I wonder?
That's not what they're
They
doing, bro.
probably don't think the cops are up to the job. I tend to agree.
The police may not be that effective right now, but they could evoke change from within.
Yeah, and in the process, they get all tangled up in red tape and bureaucracy.
If they had done everything in their power to change things, that might hold water. As long as they don't, then all of it's just self-righteous posturing.
Self-righteous?
And what constitutes evil in their eyes? What standards are they using? It's nothing but self-satisfying gratification.
Oh, it's just you two?
Anyway, I guess I gotta go back to the base pretty soon. See you around, Shirley.
Was that a wink?
Later.
I think she's like, oh, he's actually giving me attention.
Right.
Versus fucking Lulu, Delulu bitch.
Delulu. I'm gonna start calling him that.
She's Delulu over Lulu, bro.
I was thinking if you had some time, you and I...
Back to base. Now that was an interesting choice of words. Go
He's
back.
so funny.
Implying that's where he thinks he belongs.
Refrain.
It's a psychotropic. Makes you think you've gone back to the past.
Must be all the rage here in Japan.
Yeah, well, who doesn't long for the days before
So it's
the
a drug
occupation,
that
right?
transports you like back to the past when things were
Study
better.
specifically targeted
Yeah.
at the Japanese. Can't very well ignore it.
That's crazy.
Rolling in, and I hear lots
And that's what she was doing. That's what the
Yeah.
mom did. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what mom was doing.
Popular, huh?
Well, we are the heroic knights for justice. I'll call you when the ammo gets here.
Come on, 11, say something. You are sorry, aren't you?
Now in your heads is what you 11s do best, right?
11.
And food really makes us want to off somebody.
Lelouch,
No, there's 5 of them. You wouldn't stand a chance at all.
so you think I should just ignore it?
Go on, take a good look at that 11.
Come on, what's the matter? Aren't you gonna cry?
If we intervene and help him win, he wouldn't be able to sell a thing tomorrow. It was his choice to become a Britannian slave.
What? I mean,
That's just the price you pay for working in the settlement.
Well, even so.
You got a problem over there?
that's what I fucking
Tired
love
of beating
about
up
Lulu.
11s now, aren't you?
Oh, that was a different wording of a question or of a demand.
You guys want to hit the arcade?
I got no cash.
But is he
Got
just
bored
like,
pretty quick, huh?
she's not picking up on any of this shit?
All right.
She's just like, oh, he's just that convincing.
Britannian student.
What can I get for you? How about a nice California
So
hot dog?
sad. That's so sad.
California hot dog.
I can get him something too. I have ice cream if you like.
Everybody
Some
thinks they're
ways,
fucking.
Area 11 is better off now than the old Japan ever was. Being made a colony of the Empire has stabilized its military and economic position in the world. 11s can even attain full citizenship through the legal process. It's easy to become an honorary Britannian. Just a question of pride, really. Though, I can certainly understand why they'd resist.
Knowing all that, what does Lelouch Lamperouge think about it all? What do you want to do?
Nothing.
You know, you've got a lot of brains, but you don't seem to be doing much with them. It's all Shirley talks about, saying how intelligent you are, but how you barely ever apply yourself.
That's why I don't do anything. That 11 we saw back there could tell you. He could lead a better life as long as he bows his head to Britannia.
Oh!
You must think you're pretty cool, huh? Just playing the critic and judging the world from the sidelines? Guess I was a fool to expect anything more from you. You know, I really thought you were a better man than this.
Jesus Christ, she's out. She needs to re-up.
Sorry to bring it up. Is something true though? That you can't
Jeremiah.
remember anything about when
He said they're at the bar.
I don't expect you to believe me.
No, it's just that during the whole Shinjuku incident, I suffered some sort of memory lapse also.
Oh.
They're putting
By
it
the time I
together.
regained my senses, my Sutherland had been stolen. But right before that entire gap in my memory, I remember running into some high school kid.
So you think it was that student?
I can't remember his face, but there may still be a way to get to the bottom of this.
Fuck.
What the hell is Zero
Damn.
thinking?
Sorry to bring up that orange stuff. He's like, "Ugh."
He's like, bartender, another drink. Make it a double.
Still feels pretty good to have the will of the people behind us, though.
Yeah, he's right. We're totally heroes on the net.
Are we in the right? I don't know anymore.
Colin.
There's the signal from Zero.
I can't believe he got in there.
How many tricks does this guy have up his sleeve anyway?
Oh, shit.
The Black Knights have arrived!
Oh, shit.
These nightmares really are amazing.
They're all tripping together.
Yeah, dude, it's a trap house back there.
It really is. It really is.
Oh, this is breaking my fucking heart. Her mom's gonna be back there.
Oh yeah, of course.
Right, which is why I'm here. Careful, it's dangerous to run like that.
I'm gonna fucking cry, honestly, right now.
Mother?
This is breaking my heart.
Naoto, please, I need you to keep an eye on your little sister. My God, how weak a woman are you, Mother? First you give in to Britannia, then to a man, and now this. My brother is gone forever. Let him go. The night police.
Oh, the popo.
They're in on this deal? Tamaki!
Don't look at
Corrupt popo.
Corrupted filth.
Her nightmares are always losing arms.
Oh yeah. Maybe alluding to something.
Oh, foreshadowing.
I don't need you. I don't want you.
Come on now.
Oh.
Colin, Naoto. Run! Get moving, you idiot!
She's gonna fucking die. If she fucking dies.
For you, as I always have been. Then that's why you stayed in his house.
No shit.
Of course, you fucking
No
idiot.
shit.
Please, no, 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 no.
I'm the fool.
Oh shit.
Whoa, whoa.
I'm so happy for you. You can finally become a Britannian now, Colin. Nobody will ever be able to hurt you now, darling. And you're free to travel and use the phone anytime you want.
So this is her mother?
False tears bring pain to those around you. A false smile brings pain to oneself.
It's an after effect of refrain. She's unable to talk much. She'll recover eventually, but it will take time.
Mother, your sentence. You got 20 years.
Whoa. Oh my god.
I'm working to change things when you get out. I swear to you. I'll make a world where you and I can live a normal life again.
Holy shit.
So please, Mother. Hang in there. Hang in there, Colin. My little girl. Don't you worry.
so sad.
I will. I promise you.
God damn it, dude. God damn it. I'm heartbroken right now.
It was sad.
That was so sad. Again, I mean, the show feels very real. And I mean, it was nice to learn more about her and her home life and her situation, but how complex and fucked up it all was, and her having this anger towards her mother for being what she thought her whole life was weak, but was being really, in a way, like strong.
Exactly.
By staying there and enduring everything so that she could be there for her daughter, be in her daughter's life. It gets me, man. I don't know why I have like a very soft spot in my heart for when I see, even in that warehouse, like like when someone sees their, I guess, parent or someone they care about, like under the influence, I guess. Because again, like she is coping with her own pain.
I mean, it's literally like it's like people use drugs to like feel escapism within their own lives.
Yeah.
And this is like the complete opposite of that. I mean, it's not the opposite, but it's like taking you back to those times.
Right.
You're escaping to go to the past, whereas like other drugs, you're
or
just
not to
escaping
deal with the present.
Yeah, exactly.
Is what it is.
Exactly. And it's like the definition of like why people use drugs in the first place. So yeah, it was just interesting that like, oh, this is a thing that exists in this world, and the government is marketing like or pushing it to 11s in order to make money off of their suffering. I mean, even more so than they already are.
I mean, that's the thing about the system that is in place, right? Like it is set up and stacked against them, really. I mean, it is the Britannian government that is providing these things for them, like creating this vicious cycle for them, this rat race,
but
for
almost
them to be stuck in.
Yeah, almost presenting it like it's fair,
or is what they deserve. Yeah.
No, like it's like we give them a choice to go through the paperwork to become an honorary Britannian.
Right.
We give them this. We give them an opportunity to work within the capital. We give them all of this stuff. So why are they still complaining? Right. They're better off, like Lelouch said, their infrastructure and their government and the wealth of their government, like of the place they live, Japan, like skyrocketed when it was overcame by Britannia. But it's like that's not the point, like everything on the like they guise it as this thing like we helped you. It's like kind of like missionaries going to places who were not affiliated with Christianity or any type of religion. They had their own religion, and then Christians coming and saying like, hey, your thing, yeah, that's not right, our thing is right.
Yeah, like imposing their beliefs, imposing themselves onto other people
and changing
in other places and other cultures,
and changing it entirely. Changing it entirely. I mean, it's
like really robbing them of culture, robbing them.
Yes, and telling them that the culture that they've had is completely wrong. And they what they believe is just not true.
Yeah.
And they have to adapt.
I mean, well, we see, with the vendor too. Lelouch, I think, I'm trying to understand like sort of his reasoning. Like on one hand, I really do think that he has the bigger picture in mind and is able to not always respond emotionally to things. He can, and he does sometimes, but in that situation, I don't necessarily love what he said about like, well, this guy kind of like, he is kind of not asking for it, but it's expected and he knows it and he got into it like knowing this was part of the job. I don't love that part of what he said, but I do appreciate that in that moment he understood that like by making a scene, he was going to be essentially, unfortunately, cutting this guy's business, really interfering with this guy's business, making it so that he wouldn't be able to make a living at all. So on one hand, he is having to endure this awful, treatment, but it's a living.
But I mean, that's so similar to him and Suzaku, yeah. I always say Suzaku.
Suzaku.
Sue. Mary Sue. The Mary Sue of the show. I'm just kidding. No. Suzaku and him are both seeing the bigger picture. That's why it's so frustrating when he says, like, we can change it from the inside. Police can catch up. Police can get there. Meanwhile, they're going to do a drug bust.
Yeah.
And the police are in on it.
The police are absolutely 100% corrupt.
Yes, exactly. So,
Yeah.
And then even he's saying in the episode, like, what is evil and who decides that? And it's like, bro, this is evil.
Right.
What they're doing and have been doing is evil.
Yeah.
It doesn't take a genius to differentiate between what's evil and what's good.
Suzaku's mentality is that the best way to fix a corrupt system is from the inside. But what is, I think...
But they can't bring anyone who wants to change anything on the inside because he barely got honorary status and everyone's too scared to do anything.
That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody on the inside, apply it to our own world. Like,
yeah.
If you have one person who goes into a corrupt system and tries to fix it, the whole system is designed to benefit these corrupt people. And these corrupt people have gotten used to living certain lives and doing certain things and have kind of sort of made peace or justified in their own minds and hearts why it's okay to do the things they're doing.
Exactly. And maybe they started off like that. You always hear that in companies like, oh, I tried to change things when I first got here, but I've been here for 40 years.
I realized it's a lot easier to just go along with, because then they start justifying it for themselves.
Exactly.
Like, I thought, I could come in and change it, but I didn't realize this, or I didn't realize this, or I didn't realize this. And then they kind of become a part of that same machine.
I have a family. I have to provide for them. I needed to make my own sacrifices in order to live in this world. And that's exactly what the Japanese people are doing, because it's like, yeah, I could, have a job or live in these like ghettos, or I can work in the capital, maybe get fucking beat up a couple times, but I'm still going to have money to provide for whoever I need to provide for myself, whatever. Yeah. Like, it is just like so fucked up. But at the same time, yeah, you have all of these people that think they're better and think that why on earth would they ever change their mind unless drastic measures were taken?
And I understand what Suzaku was saying, because Lelouch's mentality is one that believes that it's only possible to change these systems by like creating your own system to fight against them, right? Mm-hmm. And that is such a slippery slope. I am more inclined to I guess fall more on the side of like Lelouch and his way of thinking, but Suzaku is saying that is dangerous, because how do you decide who is good and evil? Good and evil is decided by you, and that's dangerous.
Exactly. And it is a slippery slope, and it can get muddy. Not to compare this to Death Note too much, because we've done it a lot with Light, but the same mentality of picking criminals. Mm-hmm. Like, what is the severity? What is the guidelines of what is corrupt and what's not corrupt? Is it someone that's just involved?
Yeah.
Is it someone who is at the top? Is it everyone else underneath them that's just doing their job and they can't really do anything? Like, that's why it kind of gets a little muddy.
Yeah.
And it's the same logic though with Suzaku and the police. Who decides, like, oh yeah, 11's, it should be fucking taken down a notch. Like, it's on both sides. And I think that
Suzaku just believes that if he could somehow fix, like, the system that is in place isn't, I think that this is what Suzaku thinks, not what I think. The system in place isn't bad. The people in the systems are bad.
No, of course. That's, yeah.
And so that's his logic, right?
But it's like, you're one person.
Yeah. But his whole thing about like making change by being, that example, it's all like fine and fucking dandy.
Yeah.
But like,
and his, him talking about like, oh, they should just join the police. They should just join the police. Why? So they can join the police, get hired, and then be told, hey, you are going to be in charge of dealing drugs and making sure a drug deal happens. It's like, oh, well, no, I want to change things. I don't want to.
Red tape and bureaucracy. Yeah, it's like, yeah.
It's the same. Yeah. I mean, it's like you have to, you literally, bro, Suzaku, you were shot for disobeying an order. Why on earth would people stand up to anyone? You were you were shot and almost died. Like, bro, let's be fucking for real. By one of your freaking supervisors. Your intent, like, that's why no one does it. And then he's so shocked, like, why don't they just join them? And it's just frustrating because it's just such a naive way of thinking about the world. You know, you want to change it. And that's why I think him and Euphemia, like Euphemia, I think maybe has a better understanding because of her sister and everything that she sees within the Britannian government of like the bigger picture, because she does have to deal with a lot more things than Suzaku because he's just on the front lines fucking shooting shit. But that's why they're like kind of like a good pair, because they have the same ideals, but they don't know necessarily how to change them at this point. And hopefully they get to a point where they can start doing that.
I just get so upset at Suzaku, and I get so upset at obviously this system, and it's just really tough. But this show is really good at delivering this nuance, and allowing you to understand that there is no real like 100% right answer, because in life there is no real 100% right answer. We also learned a lot about, first of all, Lelouch was getting a little crazy that episode to me. He started walking around talking about like Zero, and how Zero's pretty sick, huh? The Black Knights are pretty sick, huh? It's like, okay, dude, you're going to blow your own cover right now. But we also got Jeremiah talking, and I forget the other person's name, but talking at the bar about this student having that lapse in memory. So we do see and are finding out that there are people who are going to kind of be on to him.
Oh, no, 100%. Because, I mean, you think about, you know, who does he hang out with the most? Who's his BFF? Who's his childhood BFF?
Right.
Oh, the guy who pilots.
Right. There's a connection there immediately.
Fucking Lancelot. Oh,
and I know
that guy.
I know that Colin, I think her name is. I know she can't see Geass, but like he's just using it right in front of her. Like he's just.
But he worded it. That was the time where he worded it in a way that was different.
Less of a command and more of a suggestion.
It wasn't like, you're gonna stop beating up 11s from now on.
He's like,
I think we're gonna stop. I think we're gonna stop beating up. That would be like, whoa, I've seen that before.
Yeah.
But the way he worded it was so fucking smart.
Yeah,
and it seemed like they were just like, yeah, we kind of are. Yeah. Not like, yes, sir.
But we've also seen the Black Knights get the favor of the public, which is really nice too. I mean, kids in the streets, you know, people at their construction jobs are dressing up like them and you know, wanting to support them,
because they're more now seen as like a comic book hero, not as like terrorists going against Britannia. Kind of, I mean, that's what they're doing essentially, like weeding out the bad people within the systems. But they're not just going out and killing blindly Britannian people. They're killing the people that are doing the bad shit. Yeah. And that's what's cool. Versus the Britannian government are just taking out fucking 11s here and there. It doesn't really fucking matter, to be honest. It could be anyone. So it's cool that they have like that distinction. And because of the whole show that they put on with the hostages and saying that we're the ones who saved them, like that's what really, like, I think mended the two. I don't know how much the Britannian people are like, we love the Black Knights. I don't know what the percentages of Britannian people versus 11s are. I would assume that it'd be more the Japanese people than the Britannians, because it's like, I mean, they're taking out Britannians, you know, they're not taking out 11s. So I don't know.
Yeah, it was funny too, because at the beginning of the episode, I thought we were in for another Cat in the Mask kind of episode. With how goofy it opened with them like having a welcome party for the cat, and then by the end of it, it was the most heartbreaking, fucking sad episode. I think they knew what they were doing. Obviously, they're like, people are gonna need this in the beginning of the episode because we're gonna hit them with some real shit at the end.
Yeah, that was so crazy. I called that shit.
You did.
I immediately was like, literally this show, I'm like, what could probably be the worst
The
case
saddest,
scenario?
most fucked up thing that
it's
could
gonna be
happen.
that. It's gonna be that. And yeah, with the cat shit, that was so crazy. But I do want to say, glasses girl. I don't know what the fuck she's doing on that computer. It's been like 2 episodes.
Yeah, where she's been on that shit.
Been on that shit doing nothing else on the fucking computer. What is...
Maybe, I don't know.
What is she fucking doing?
I think she will discover either the identity of Zero, of Lelouch.
Or,
she's going...
What's her name?
Of who? Oh, you're right. You're right.
What's her name?
Colin.
Colin.
Which is still such a crazy name.
I like Colin.
I mean, it's cool.
It's cool.
But yeah, she's going to find out the identity of Colin or something.
Maybe she's going to tell the blonde girl, and the blonde girl's be like, hey, just leave that alone.
I don't know,
I know her
dude.
family life now. Something I think I said this off camera. I didn't say this on camera, but I have a theory that the blonde girl, I forget her name, but I have a theory that
Student council president, I think.
She is going to be married off to a prince of Britannia. Because there was that phone call about an arranged marriage and they didn't really touch on it ever again. So it's either going to be a prince or someone in the Britannian government, which is going to make it hard for them. I don't know, maybe Lelouch to like do anything or to kill him.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I mean, like I said, I think it was in the last episode, like everything, the webs are intertwining, the strands, the threads, everything is kind of like coming together, getting like more tangled. And it's just stressing me out more and more and more. In like the best way. There was so much in that episode, like not even mentioning that like Cece was there too.
Yeah.
Kind of like watching everything.
She's overseeing a lot of things. And I think in the last episode or the one before that, she has like a bug. Like, I mean, not a bug, but like she's talking to someone.
She's talking to somebody.
She's relaying information to someone.
I don't think it's through technology.
I know it's through her fucking brain
through
or
her,
whatever
like,
the fucking shit.
through her mind.
Yeah. And I mean, who knows why she's doing what she's doing. Maybe she was sent on a mission to do what she's done. I don't know.
Right. There was something too, and I forget, but I do think that there was something that held significance when we were going through and we were editing the previous 2 episodes. I saw something and I was like, oh, they set this up because it's going to play a huge part in like the finale of this. I forget. But it might have been something like CC related or something, but I can't for the life of me. I thought if I just started saying it out loud that it would come to me, but it didn't. It didn't work.
CC related.
Anyway, yeah, I want
the old picture of her in the war.
No.
CC related.
I'm not gonna get it. I'm not. You know how you can feel sometimes. You know it being right there.
I know. I'm just trying to think of what we've seen. I mean, we've seen.
It might not even be CC related. I just.
Oh, I'll go.
That's why.
Oh, so it's even further out of your mind.
Yeah, it was just something.
Okay.
If I figure it out, I'll put something in the video. If something's not here, then I never figured it out. Oh fuck. Okay. Anyway, it's gonna bother me, and I just had to say it out loud. But anyway,
and it was kind of crazy about when Zero was like, yes, you're a daughter of the Emperor of Britannia, but that's for another time. Like, what the? Like, we were so fucking like crazy about that scene. We're like, well, what about this? What, did he do that? Did he tell her that? Because it'll lead her on to think that. And then if he told someone else something, it's like, he just said, you know.
No, but he, by just doing what he did.
Planting the seed.
That was all
head,
he needed to do. He planted a fucking seed.
And she thought about it afterwards.
She's still thinking about it.
Yeah, she's like, what the was that?
Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting to see how things continue to unfold. My heart really goes out to Colin after seeing more of her home life and everything like that.
Yeah.
God, that shit hit me. Anyway, let's just jump into the next episode because I'm sure there will be a lot to talk about there too. So without further ado, let's jump into our reaction of episode 10, stage 10, Gurren.
Dances.
Oh, dances. I didn't see dances. Thank you, Megan. I just saw Gurren. I got excited. I thought
dances.
Gurren dances.
All right, I want that to be like my ringtone.
Me too.
Just
dude. I want like every time I get a text message for it to go like that.
Oh,
Like
that's
that.
really good.
Yeah. We saw those kids too.
Yeah, the kids again.
And they all had the mark of Geass on there.
I feel like they're child soldiers from another planet.
Planet though?
I think it's planet.
Hmm.
I think it might be planet. How else do you explain this Geass?
I don't know. She looked like she was in a lab. I don't know if it was like
Nah.
the result of experimentation. I'm gonna just big lobe it real quick.
I think she's a fucking alien. I think she's an alien.
Looks too confident to be a spy. An extremist?
Isn't it wonderful how the number of recruits keeps growing?
And it was simpler than I ever expected. While I bitterly hate the Britannians, I refuse to condone terrorism. That's the prevailing view of most 11s.
Then basically, 11s support the Black Knights for the most part.
Which in turn makes it easier for us to operate as a whole. It's a huge help that the people don't report our activities to the
Yup.
Britannians. Plus, I hear some group called Kyoto offered to send us some nightmares. The number of informants has been increasing quickly, too. The Japanese can't resist jumping on the bandwagon. They hear a well-grounded buzzword and off they go.
Hence the Knights for Justice Act.
See,
Yeah,
I don't
well,
know.
everybody loves a hero. And what better hero than a knight?
I kind of doubt that's what a real Knight for Justice would say.
You don't think so?
Valletta and I are going to be shipping out with the military soon for duty.
Oh shit, let me just type it into big lobe real quick. Hold on.
Big lobe.
Narita, isn't that where the Japan Liberation Front headquarters are rumored to be located?
You may be a bit too clever for your own good.
You overestimate me.
This fool just, I mean, he just cares about a good story. He really is like a big news Morgan's. Like, he doesn't really care whether it like makes the Britannians look good or bad, as long as it's like, you know, a good headline.
Damn, so these are all Black Knights too. Look at.
Yeah, they're recruiting more and more.
Those guys from Kyoto, they believe in us. They sent us this.
A completely made Japanese nightmare.
The Gurren Mark II.
First Tamaki and now Inoue and the rest are treating this like a party. Kyoto is backing multiple resistance groups, correct?
Yes, which means that we finally made it in. They know that we're worthy.
No, you're wrong there, Colin. This is merely a test they've put to us.
Wow, that looks so
This
sick.
is still incredible.
You are an optimist.
What's this?
The Gurren Mark II is yours now.
Mine? But we have a lot more people now, and we can't afford to lose you. We need the Gurren's defense to protect you.
You're a top-notch pilot. I'm a commander. I'll use a burai, but you're our only ace to play during a battle. Besides, you have reason to fight.
He saw that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Zero, you got a second? We got some weird intel here from a Britannian who wants to join up with the Black Knights. This may be a trap to draw us out. I'd say even if we want to confirm the information, it's too risky to contact him directly.
This weekend we're going hiking.
What?
To the Narita Mountains.
Very well then.
Camping episode?
They're trying to get a plant in
The
there.
student council's also going to the.
He'll be leaving on a 3-day trip starting today.
Oh, I see. My, your brother's been going out quite a bit recently. Think it's a girlfriend?
Maybe it is.
If by girlfriend you mean justice.
The next scheduled report will be in 2 hours.
Of course there's nothing to report. This area is controlled by the Japan Liberation Front. No one can just stroll in.
Oh, no!
Relax. I only came to talk.
No one can just stroll in.
Unusual activity during your watch.
Does he have to say like, and forget my face?
For real.
No problem.
His face is covered, you know,
Yeah.
it's that logic.
What's the rush? We're just on regular duty, you know.
I've confirmed the signal from Zero. We're now moving to waypoint 2.
The day I've waited for has finally come, Cornelia.
We're certain that the Japan Liberation
She just
Front's
shows up.
headquarters are in
She
this
does.
area. We've only to wait for the Viceroy's signal, then we'll surround them in one fell swoop and wipe them out.
And are you confident that the enemy won't show up outside
Okay,
the
Hair.
encirclement line?
Have no fear about that. As the operation begins, we'll be blocking off the surrounding highways and mountain roads also.
Zero's stupid enough to show up. It'll be the end of him.
You want to meet her? Are you kidding? Do you know who you're talking about? She's a princess, and you're just a citizen. What do you have in common aside from that hotel jacking?
Yes, but as for Princess Euphemia, I never got to thank her.
There was a time when my family name had the influence to arrange that. Do you know what the social status is of a principal's granddaughter?
Not a very high one?
Correct, not very.
C2, what are you doing here?
Like, how's she getting everywhere?
Didn't I?
Aren't you overdoing it?
I've been wondering about something, Lelouch. Why are you Lelouch?
I don't have time to discuss philosophy with you.
You changed your family surname to Lamperouge, but you kept Lelouch, the name that was given to you at birth.
Well, C2 swings to the other extreme, doesn't it? It's not a human name.
Snow is white because it's forgotten what color it's supposed to be.
All units are in position.
Understood.
Every time she's on, it's like, the like silly music, bro.
This is about Yuffie, isn't it?
Yes. She really should be in a government agency, not...
But she's being unusually stubborn about this. She told me she wanted to see actual combat for herself.
Because Lelouch planted that fucking seed.
A reserve force with an 11 pilot.
What? You mean that's the Lancelot?
As a rule, numbers aren't permitted to operate nightmares, but that particular unit is an exception.
Our opponent is Cornelia, whose forces are among the best Britannia has to offer.
Then why don't we cooperate with the Japan Liberation Front?
What was that? Ogie, don't you believe in me anymore?
What was that?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
I was the one who asked you to be our leader. Don't you remember?
Then there's only one answer to give.
Right.
Viceroy, it's time.
Right. Commence operation! You, the Japan Liberation Front. You who time has left behind. You who have forgotten basic human decency. You and your dream of a bygone golden age shall fall and rot to nothingness.
We're under enemy attack! Yes, sir. The Britannian forces have completely encircled the Narita Mountains.
Bro, they should just link up with the Black Knights, dude.
You've got to be kidding, Zero! Those troops coming in have this whole area totally surrounded! There's no way out!
We've already been cut off.
We can't fight the Britannians.
Let me get this straight. We're surrounded and you want us to fight them head on?
We're fighting against Cornelia.
It would be a miracle if we win this.
Zero, what are you saying?
Even messiahs need to perform miracles if they're to be acknowledged. Therefore, we have to produce our own miracle, don't we?
I knew it was insane to make you our leader! It should be me!
Oh, fuck. He said, go ahead, lead.
If you think you can win without me, then shoot me.
Fuck.
For real.
Hard. The man is hard.
He's just speaking truth right now.
For real. Calling bluffs, putting people in their fucking place in check.
You have only two choices. You may either live with me, or you may perish with me.
That's a leader right there. Damn, Lelouch.
I don't know. Kind of tricked them, to be honest.
If we fall here, then we've lost, and the whole resistance movement falls with us.
Then, General, do we engage the enemy in battle, or do we dig in?
What about Todo? Where is he?
He's gone to Kyoto to get the custom burais.
The 4 holy swords are traveling with him, too.
If they're on schedule, they should be returning soon.
Todo won't make it in time. Prepare to send out the burais. We'll show them the Japanese spirit and pride. This is our moment of truth.
We believe that the enemy's main base is located in the mountains here, but we haven't pinpointed it yet.
The enemy is engaging our encirclement, and they'll try to break through at some point. From there, we'll be able to ascertain where their base is.
As for our flanking forces,
it's enemy ECM.
It's the girl from the school.
Coming out any time now. We're switching to ECCM mode.
Whoa.
How clever. They turned this whole mountain into a fortress.
Your Highness, please fall back.
Guilford, don't treat me as though I'm another one of your women.
It's Cornelia! Don't panic! Take out the leader!
Inside Wars!
She's gonna get too cocky, and it's gonna be. She's gonna be done.
I don't know
in
if
front
it's
of her
gonna
sister,
happen,
bro.
But
Imagine.
She is getting cocky.
I'm telling you, she's gonna die. She's gonna die.
Challenge me and try to take me down.
All right, fine. Do what you want.
We acknowledge you as our leader, Zero.
Thank you very much.
Now let's fucking go. Yeah, at first it was Lelouch who got carried away, and I think now it's her turn to learn that lesson.
But it's like she's very specific in Yuffie. It's very specific that Yuffie's there.
Right, but Yuffie, yeah, wanted to be there to see.
But wouldn't it be more impactful if she saw?
This was
Yeah.
General Bartley's decision.
Oh.
They're too fragile.
The enemy seems to be concentrated over here. This may be the target.
No good. Our second attack wave had no effect. Based on the analysis of the enemy's movements, I've determined that the entrance to the JLF main base is that lodge located up on the mountain.
I believe the proper word for this situation is bingo.
Well, to be more precise, sir,
Oh, just call it in already, Mr. Little.
We'll be securing our position here.
Are you sure about this?
I don't need to steal achievements from my subordinates.
Impressive as always, Cornelia. A very logical deployment. However excellent though it is, it's also easy to read.
I thought the reserve units were supposed to be assigned to General Dalton.
That's right, they were, but our unit has to secure the rear line of Viceroy Cornelia.
You mean this is the rear line? How am I going to redeem my reputation out here if I'm not even near the
He's too much.
We've lost contact with Nakamura's unit.
Where is Todo? If only he were here, the divine wind would blow.
Oh, they're gonna make it.
Sir, don't you think this is a little extreme?
Tell Urabe and Senba behind us to do the same. Traffic is blocked off all around Narita, and they've already begun to attack.
But they're talking about miracles too, and I think Zero and the Black Knights are gonna be that miracle for them.
Now, any resistance still remaining in area 11.
Which is going to
Right. All preparations have now
Okay,
been
maybe not
completed.
this episode because it's going to end very soon.
We'll make a miracle happen!
Yeah, we'll have Zero with us!
Per my instructions, you will charge on Moss down toward point 3. And the intent of this operation is to capture Cornelia, second princess of Britannia. Our
Yeah.
breakthrough route will be opened by the Kurin Mark II. Use penetrating electrode number 3. Settle things with one blow.
Got it. Output confirmed. Wave surger levels ready and holding. Activating gauntlet now.
Ooh!
It worked.
Bro. Using the terrain to their advantage. This is some fucking big brain shit. Wow, wiped them a whole fucking section of them
How
out.
did a landslide come out of nowhere?
Alex and Dalton's units are getting wiped out!
Status report! We're still trying to confirm!
Your Highness, pull back! You're in danger there!
Find out about Dalton, and where's Alex?
Do you believe a hydrovolcanic eruption was artificially induced?
Impossible. Unless, of course, someone's used Rakshatha's radiant wave surger.
Has something happened?
Impossible unless they did this exact thing that they did.
So just relax and continue waiting.
It's even more destructive than I anticipated.
He loves it.
We did succeed in isolating Cornelia's unit, but we could have been a bit more accurate. Perhaps I should have consulted a physics teacher.
New enemy force confirmed moving in.
The stress is coming back.
Hoping to take advantage of all the confusion, are they?
It's not the Japan Liberation Front. They think it's the Black Knights. What? Then it's
Zero!
He got too excited. Zero.
Oh, he left. He left.
This
He
requires
left.
drastic measures. If you want glory in life, then follow me!
Cornelia has only limited reinforcements headed her way.
The enemy's taken out Carius' unit? If I can finish this before Zero reaches Princess Cornelia, then I'll be golden!
Lord Jeremiah.
Valletta, you came! I knew that you would.
Burn the bridges behind you and keep your back to the
Valletta,
wall.
I think her
Classical
name is?
strategies remain effective ones, don't
Aletta?
Come forward and fight Jeremiah Goodwall!
Well, it's been a while, Jeremiah. So you're still in the army? I'd love to stay and catch up, but I'm afraid I don't have time right this minute, Orange Boy.
Reaction! Bro, set him off right now.
So triggered right now.
Lord Jeremiah!
Stay out of this! This is my duel!
But look at it. I've never seen a nightmare like that before.
Yeah, you're about to get rocked, dude. You don't even deserve to fight Zero right now.
We can finally go up against you on equal footing head-on.
There's something on its right hand. If I keep my distance.
Oh, remember the hand.
What's this?
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
Sorry.
Oh my god!
What the hell's happening?
Lord Jeremiah, it's Jack.
He's standing right here!
He's about to get blown up.
The auto eject. Don't you
His-
dare activate.
Oh.
I can still get Zero. I know it. I know I can still get him.
Oh! Did she rip out? Oh, he escaped. I thought she ripped out the pod.
No, I mean, he was pretty close to.
With this, she defeated Lord Jeremiah. Who are the Black Knights?
All our tasks at hand have been cleared. The pieces are in position. The only thing left to do is check my opponent's stronghold.
Wow, dude, that was a little flex, a little display of power right there. Holy shit, dude. That was crazy. I thought Jeremiah was about to get freaking melted, dude.
It was, yeah, his pride.
For
It
sure.
was his pride, and he is so fucking desperate to get recognition back and his power back that he's like willing to die. Like he
Yeah, his
almost
whole
fucking
status,
died.
his whole life,
Yeah.
was taken away from him.
Yeah.
In like one, by one word from Lelouch, by
Yeah.
Orange. you
No,
know, just
literally.
saying Orange.
So that's why he was like, I'm so close. Like, I'm not going to stop. Like, why would I stop? He's right here. Like, I don't know when I'm going to get this chance again. I can't keep living like this.
Yeah.
So I need to do something. But yeah, I mean, it was just, obviously a back and forth episode with
You have
the
some
fighting.
theories, though. You have a theory that it's going to be this battle that allows Lelouch to successfully either take out or capture Cornelia.
Yeah, I think they want to. I don't know why they would want to capture her. I would think that he would want to kill
Just take her
her.
out. Well, I mean, maybe that's what he's telling
Or
everybody.
maybe
like,
he's
we're gonna capture her, and then
well, maybe he has a plan. Maybe he's going to use the word on her because he hasn't done that yet. Maybe he's going to use the word on her to do something else.
right.
Because she is really
Has he used it on her at all? Ever before?
not ever. Not even not Yuffie either. So
Got it.
I think that he's going to say something to her that makes him able to obviously like get into more places or have the authority to do different things within the government or go after another prince or something. Like, he's not just going to kill her. I think that she is more valuable to him alive than she is dead. It would send a message
to the Emperor, which I think is what he's trying to do. But the Emperor doesn't really care about his kids, you know.
No, and she died in battle.
Themselves.
She was
so
weak.
She's weak. Yeah.
So I think that he's going to use the word on her, and it's going to be maybe like I don't know, maybe he would tell her to do something at a moment that hasn't even happened yet. Like, once they get to a certain point, he knows that it's like a fail safe of like, oh, like thinking way ahead in the future. Like, once I get to this point, I want you to do this. So she's going to forget about it completely until. Yeah. Because everything that he's done right now has been immediate. He's been testing that out, right? With the carving and the way he words things. So I think that he's going to be able to say something in a way that it wouldn't need to be immediate. It would be way further down the line. I think that's interesting.
Yeah, because the point of him running these experiments is so he can better understand what he is capable of. So he could say something, for example, like, in 3 weeks' time, you know, or when this thing happens,
when this event happens,
you'll do this thing.
Yes.
And I think it could work like that.
It could. And I think that would be a smarter way of him using it, because he's just been doing things to get out of situations or to better the situation right there and then. But if he were to use it in a way where it happened in the future, not immediately, it would be beneficial to him.
Here's also what I'm thinking, right? So far, we were shown that girl again in the previous 2 episodes. So I think that by that logic, however long he's sort of like known, oh, this lasts for X amount of time, he might already have somebody that is just like a foot soldier or someone who wouldn't get a lot of like attention, you know?
Well,
if she have somebody like doing something.
Sure, but if Cornelia loses in this moment, I don't think that she's going to have the same power as she has. I think that
she's
going to be demoted.
Will happen to her.
She's going to be demoted. So that would make sense. He would be able to give her the word, and she would already be demoted because she's already lost in this battle. Because I'm not sure how she's going to win as of right now, or how they're going to get out of it. And then I think that because I think Euphemia is like a junior viceroy and Cornelia is viceroy, so she's going to be promoted, and then that'll give her more power with like the Lancelot and all that shit. I think she's going to like, oh, you like, or just say, hey, I want more 11s to be able to pilot nightmares. Like, she's going to change shit. She has to be promoted in order to to implement some real change. And I think this might be that moment for her.
It might be. That's actually a pretty good guess as to what's going to happen. We also like keep hearing about this prince who's the patron of Lancelot.
And you're telling me it's not the scientist guy, because I'm pretty sure it was the scientist guy.
No, why? No, he is the patron. The Lancelot was basically like funded by and like asked to be made by this prince who we still haven't seen yet. So I don't know when we will see him or why he is being like sort of like shrouded in so much mystery. I think because he is going to come in at a very crucial moment. But I do think Euphemia is going to have to, like you said, step up. Absolutely. She's, because of that seed Lelouch planted, wanting to get battle experience, not just to gain that experience, but also to see and understand the nuances of things that are happening on the battlefield. Right now, she's only being informed by third parties and getting whatever version or account of that situation that they can manipulate it to whatever they want it to be.
Of course, yeah. And her sister can manipulate it in whatever she wants it to be as well.
And that's, again, what was something that Lelouch had sort of said which was that like, Clovis used the same mouth. I think what he said is like the same mouth that like ordered the deaths of all these like 11s and stuff like that.
I in the beginning, I know we were kind of talking over it a little bit, so I was just wondering, Lelouch was talking about people who had wanted to be recruited into the Black Knights, and he was on that laptop, and the news guy did come up. So I do think that he is working with the Black Knights in some type of way, maybe giving them information. Because he does want a good story, he does want a good show for the media. I think that it'd be a no-brainer for him to work with these people. And he also laughed at Clovis being a prince anyway. Mm-hmm. He kind of sees it. He sees more. He's not like super, I don't think, on one side or another.
Right. He could be kind of playing both sides.
Yeah. So because even when he said like, we have a lead, and he was like, well, I don't want him to be found out because in the Black Knight, then there's no Zero. Zero's the man. Zero's the goat when it comes to the views.
Business is booming.
Business is booming. So let's keep Zero, the way he is, this mysterious figure. So, yeah.
Yeah, and everybody has a little bit of selfish motive for doing anything that they do. And I think that's another thing the show is really good at showing, is that everybody has their own sort of like self and self-preservation, I guess, like in mind when they make
Jeremiah
decisions. Yeah. It was actually pretty interesting too, because I did appreciate this comment because it didn't spoil anything, but it was it was like, it was interesting to note what they said, which was that like, and it was to the point of like even Lelouch acting out of selfishness in terms of like everything that happened, with his mother and to his sister. But they had said something along the lines of like, notice how, like they said, I'm glad you picked up on the fact that Lelouch, it does, like a part of what he's doing is selfish, because notice how every time he talks about taking down Britannia, he doesn't really talk ever about saving Japan, which is a very big difference. Like how he words it. It's always about taking down Britannia, not about like, I want to save Japan by taking down Britannia. Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah. I mean, it's like, oh, once they're defeated, then what?
Right. He has no other really like plan.
Britannia is all over the world. They've put their stake in so many different countries. It's not just Japan.
Right.
That's why it's like, it's worldwide. That's why I think at some point in time, it's bigger than Japan. It's going to be world domination. Lelouch is going to try to fucking rule the world. And 100%. I think with CC and there's like mysterious Geass power, it has to be otherworldly. It has to be another planet. And maybe she is going to do exactly what Lelouch is trying to do with defeating Britannia. She's going to try to like beat down this humanity or some shit. Like,
I don't know.
I think so. Because they're really downplaying her fucking character. Every time she comes on, she's like,
really just she's like in the background. Like she's always just kind of there. Like,
and the music they play when she's on screen is never serious. She's always goofy, silly. Like they're trying to
take what she's saying isn't really silly.
It's not. But they're trying, I think they're trying to like really, really set up like, how could this be? Right. How could CC, like, I think that because she's like reporting to someone else. I think she has her own motivations. And it's like human beings. Like maybe she was in a research facility, but she's an alien. I don't think she's a human being. The way she speaks, the way she acts, like I do not think she's fucking human. And I think that it's going to be that.
Well,
that's like my biggest guess.
Too, that like there are 2 seasons. So I think part of me is right now in this moment feeling like maybe at the end of season 1, the big finale will be like
the reveal.
The reveal of who she is, and maybe the defeat of Britannia. I don't know. I mean, we're literally at this point, I think we're almost halfway through, right? We're almost halfway through. So it could be that we could get to the defeat of the Emperor. He could climb up to the top. But then it would be so interesting to me if like season 2 was, okay, what now? And Lelouch sort of having to like figure that out while also dealing with like the revelation of like who CC is and where she comes from.
Yeah, I always like when stories, there's always like opposing forces, but then they have to work together in order to like defeat a greater evil. I think that, these are just theories. I don't know anything about anything that happens. But it would be so interesting, and I guess the complexities of the whole series like would be really, really awesome to see if like everyone in the world had to band together in order to defeat what's coming, which is like CC's fucking home world or some shit. Because we saw children with this power. I don't think Britannia would be trying to make like child soldiers with
Almost
any type of like
a message that like the universe is bigger than just like us and our problems, and like what we need to be united to
as humanity,
as
human beings,
as the human race.
Yes,
we need to be united.
It doesn't matter where you come from, whose power you have. Like, I think that's going. I don't know. That would be cool.
Because we are all like kin. We are all humanity. We are all. This Earth is all of ours, and we need to like work together to protect that. Stop creating these divides. Stop whether it's race or class or whatever.
And even if Lelouch does defeat Britannia, that's not stopping another form of Britannia doing the same shit. That doesn't stop another country from doing the exact same thing that Britannia has done. So then does it never stop?
Right. Well, I think that's what you were saying, like he's going to have to fill that power vacuum and become, which is interesting even here, the Japanese Liberation Front. And again, it's hard to get every single detail throughout the episode. Sometimes I notice things. A lot of the time I notice things when we go back and we edit these episodes. But it seemed like they are kind of a little on the fence about like Zero and the Black Knights, and maybe Lelouch is coordinating this whole operation.
Well, because I don't think that they represent just Japan.
Right.
The Japanese Liberation Front is just for the Japanese.
Yeah,
they're not
the
trying
liberation of Japan and the Japanese citizens.
Yeah, they're not trying to be on the sides of Britannians.
Well,
whereas the Black Knights are trying to play both sides.
I don't know. It's kind of because there was a group that was like the hostage group, or the group.
They were a part of the Japanese.
But they acted out. Well,
yeah, because they were done with how they were doing things.
Right.
The Liberation Front, they're like hiding and trying to work out plans when they're not really doing much to those people that branched out.
Right. But their leader seemed to be like, obviously they weren't cool with what was happening.
No.
Right? These people were acting on their own, but I think that obviously here again, because Lelouch is talking about the reason that they were able to get the nightmare frames that they got and all the resources they got was because of the favor they've gained with the public.
Exactly. And I think it's going to be after this, if they do win, they're going to be on, like the Japanese Liberation Front are going to owe them a favor. They're going to be on their side, and because they came out of nowhere and helped them out because they were going to be toast.
Lelouch might even end up doing something because he played that hostage situation the smartest. He like anybody could have played it. So in this situation, something might happen where there is like a divide within the Japanese liberation movement. Like maybe there will be a big group of them, a large amount of them that will want to go join the Black Knights. And then the leader and a few other people will be like, nah, we see through this like act, like, you know what I mean? We see through.
Yeah, but I mean, they
Zero, I guess.
I mean, I'm sure, but what other options do they have right now? Like, that's what he said. Like, everyone loves a fucking hero. Of course, everyone's going to be on our side. Like, what other option do they have?
Yeah.
What other option who else is doing what we're fucking doing? No one. So yeah, no shit, they're going to fucking want to join us.
Because yeah, they also, I think he's playing to like humanity. Like he's playing to the public with the spectacle, right? But then he's also playing to these other groups because, you know, they think, oh, if I join the Black Knights, I'm going to get all this, you know, sort of like praise, this admiration. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be part of the Black Knights.
I think so. Yeah, I think, I mean, I guess. I don't think that's like the main motivation because they are actually like able to do shit, you know?
Yeah. For sure. But I mean, I'm saying it could be a part of it is all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
It's just interesting to me, like this whole setup. I do think it has to, because the structure of the show so far seems to be that like Lelouch is going to have to kind of knock out
the princess and the princesses.
Yeah, take them all out, you know, like ducks in a row, one at a time,
until he gets
to
the emperor.
It might be because, and again, how Euphemia is going to play into that. It might be prince and then emperor, you know. This mysterious prince.
Oh, I guess he wouldn't have to do that.
What?
I was gonna say some crazy shit right now.
Say it. Be crazy.
I don't know. Something with a sister. She is also a child of the emperor.
Right.
So she's also a princess. So.
Oh, so yeah, but I don't know.
I mean, if he gets to the craziest point, if he does go past the point of no return, if C2 does something,
but he's
someone
doing all this for his sister.
Or another fucking prince or princess wants to take fucking revenge on his ass and they find out who he is.
Well, I see. That's what I think is more likely. That they're going to discover his identity and she's going to be in danger.
Well, they can't. There's going to be a point in time in the series, I think, that the emperor, because he doesn't know that is a fucking Zero. He doesn't fucking know. So he's going to be like using them as pawns. Like he said he was going to bargaining tools. He's going to maybe bargain off Nonali because all of his kids are fucking dying. And he's like, oh, okay, well, she's here.
That might be interesting. I don't know if the Emperor would ever do this because he doesn't seem like the kind of guy to do this. But if he literally all of his kids are getting taken out by this mysterious Zero to a point where that all who remains are Euphemia, Lelouch, and Nonali, then he might be like, okay, well, damn, I have no other choice. Let me go get these other kids because I need them now.
Maybe taking them to Britannia because he just said you're stationed in Japan just until I know what to fucking do with you.
And maybe, I don't know, man. Maybe
and then,
we're
that would
find out
make
that's
sense.
Part of Lelouch's plan
that
too.
would make sense if he did go back to Britannia. Then he'd have I mean, that's why we're seeing no other princes and princesses. They're doing other shit. They're in different places. They're at the homeland.
Yeah.
Not every fucking prince and princess is in fucking Japan. So he's going to have to branch out eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to have to go back to Britannia.
Well, that's what I'm thinking now, dude. I'm thinking this might all be part of Lelouch's plan because his dad then might not have any other choice but to bring them back.
I think
he'll be in the inner circle again.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
This is, I mean, we're theorizing. We don't know. We have no idea. It's the first time we watched it, but it would be interesting to see. It would be interesting to see. Anyway, there's a lot. My head is all over the place right now. There's a lot.
It always is after we watch this.
No, it really
I feel like
is.
after this place, it's going to be like boom, 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 boom.
Same. I mean, because we have 2 more episodes before we're literally at the halfway mark.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see what the outcome of this battle is, how it's all resolved, what will happen to Cornelia. Jeremiah went. I do want to say real quick too that Jeremiah.
Bro, that scene.
Yeah.
That shit was fucking crazy.
That was crazy.
The animation was
popped off.
Insane.
Just like his head almost popped off.
No, literally.
Yeah. Yeah, Jeremiah is going to be this force that is going to continue to be a thorn in Lelouch's side, even though Lelouch, which I thought was so sick.
He might fucking join him. He might fucking join him because
crazy.
he's like, you know what, the fucking government, they're not giving me a fucking bone.
They're not respecting me.
They're not respecting me. I'm gonna join you.
But it was something about the way
because
Lelouch,
you defeated me or some shit.
Right. Lelouch looked at Jeremiah when he saw him again for the first time, you know how crazy it is that this person Jeremiah has been thinking about this fool Zero every single second of every single day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, about how he's gonna show up and he's gonna fight him and he's gonna get his title back and all this shit. And just something about Lelouch's smile. He's like, oh, Jeremiah. I was like, damn. He just shot him down immediately, calling him Orange Boy.
It's the fucking thing of oh, yeah, you know who I am, but I don't fucking remember you.
Yeah, oh.
You killed my mom. Oh, your mom? Who?
Yeah.
It was just the type of this has been affecting his life so much. And Jeremiah being demoted has not affected him at all.
Oh, hell no. He doesn't even think about Jeremiah.
Exactly. But Jeremiah is always thinking about...
He thinks about his Zero.
Zero lives in his head rent-free. All the time. So that's why it was just so funny to see that reaction of you're really the worst thing you could have said is call me fucking orange. I'm called that every fucking day.
Yeah.
And it's affected me since you fucking did what you did.
But I think that's kind of the genius again of what Lelouch is doing. I mean, and we're continuing to see him fall and spiral more and more and more and more and more.
That's why I think he's gonna get broken down and just fucking
I don't know,
do something.
I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, like I said, I mean, it just gets more and more interesting. The dynamics, the relationship, every single episode. We could go on forever and ever when it comes to Code Geass. We could talk for hours, and sometimes we do.
We literally did.
I mean, we literally did. Again. Sorry, these episodes are long.
No. I mean, like, just, throughout the episode. So that people say we talk too much during the episode. We need to because we forget. I forget sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's also,
I
just blurt. I can't help but.
I can't help it either. That's how we enjoy stuff.
I can't help but think. But it helps us out when you do comment. So leave a comment if we missed anything because we're blabbermouths.
We're professional yappers. But yeah, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet. It helps us out a lot. All that stuff. Liking, subscribing, commenting. And we do read almost all of the comments. I mean, it's
unless there's like spoiler tagged, then we don't.
Yeah, then we don't.
But just know that like when these come out, we're experiencing it for the first time. So just be mindful, I guess, of that.
Sure. But everybody has been for the most part.
Yeah.
I feel like the majority has been. And also remember, if you want to support in another way, then you can become a Patreon member by going to patreon.com/volume1pod. You get access to uncut, uncensored versions of these reactions in our entire backlog. So this, Gurren, Neon, One Piece. I mean, we have so much stuff on there. It's all organized in collections, so it's easier to find and navigate. You can even try it out for free for the first 7 days to see if it's right for you. And again, it does help us out. And it's the reason that we're able to do the things that we do. And honestly, we would do more if we could. And the only way that is ever going to be possible is, by continuing to grow our Patreon family. So, consider checking it out if that's something you're willing and able to do. And speaking of our Patreon members, we do have, and YouTube members, we do have to shout out and thank members of our V1P tier. So thank you to everybody, no matter how you show your support. But a very special thank you to
Primordial Life, Wombo, Tyler Wallace, Paladin Berserker Jedi, David Ramirez, Rexy Dorado,
Tyler the Nerdy Bassist, Roland Vita, Black Sun Series, and Quattro.
Yay!
Thank you to everybody who show support in any way.
Thank you.
We are grateful to all of you. The only thing left to do now is to get out of here on our outro that is always the same and never changes, which today, Megan, is...
What was it? Remnant
Remnant
got me
drug.
Depressed.
I'm faded off Remnant.
I love my maid mom. I love my maid mommy.
I love my maid mommy. Okay, I'm down. I mean, it's just fun. I like it. I love my maid mommy. It's just fun. I like it. Let's do it.
It's like sad though, because she.
But it is like.
Was forced to be a maid.
But it's nice because at the end of the episode, she realized
she does love her
she does love her maid mommy. Okay. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, for hanging out with us. And until next time,
I love my maid mommy.
And we're going to clean her up. We're going to get her off Remnant. We're going to sober her ass up.
But she's going to
Well, yeah, that's the best rehab, I guess. Not the best.
No, you can still get it.
It's a first. Oh, yeah, you can get it. I'll get it in jail, I'm sure. 20 years.
That's fucking insane, bro.
Holy shit.
Bro.